stepping out in Louisville. Ribbon cutter. The day was awesome. All this coming up on Horses and Courses.
This is the OTB Television Network.
One back, boys.
The Off-Track Betting Television Network presents Horses and Courses, OTB Thoroughbred News with your host, Jack Wolfeseater. And now with a look at this week's news in the thoroughbred industry, here's Jack.
Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses, our Breeders' Cup review of this past Saturday's championship day down in Louisville, and what a day it was indeed. Record crowd, record handle for a Breeders' Cup, over 80,000 in attendance at Churchill Downs, and a total of over $81 million bet through all the simulcast facilities and on track at Churchill. Just a magnificent day. We'll go through all the Breeders' Cup races a little bit later on in the program. If you missed them on the national telecast, set your VCRs if you want to keep these for your collection of championship events. They were fantastic. All right, let's start in our other portions of the program this week with Churchill Downs and their surrounding stakes over the Friday through Sunday period. They had several of them and some very entertaining races to boot. The Pocahontas from last Friday starts us off, and these are the 2-year-old fillies that weren't quite ready to go in the juvenile fillies. They're at a flat mile for $100,000 in added purses. Here's Kurt Becker at Churchill with the call of the Pocahontas.
The Happy Hopper has Tutorial coming after her, and Hollywood Picture is still there in third. Dolly Talbot, Gold from the West is fifth toward the inside. Coming to the eighth pole, the Happy Hopper put to a drive, Tutorial, and Gold from the West, who is a threat in third, moving toward the rail. But the Happy Hopper is a resilient foe in the stretch, and the Happy Hopper has Tutorial coming after her again. The Happy Hopper hangs on in the Pocahontas.
The Happy Hopper, a half-length score. Willie Martinez up on the 4-1 shot for trainer Bob Holtis. Pressed the pace and then won the drive by that half-length. That gets her second in a row. She won the Indian Summer last out at Keeneland, a daughter of El Prado. Tutorial and Gold from the West will be the second and third runners in the Pocahontas. The Happy Hopper, she hops to victory in 1:37 and 3. Saturday afternoon, we started early, of course, at Churchill with an 11:30 post, and the first race was the Abrogate Stakes, a filly and mare sprint at 6 furlongs, $100,000. The added purse on the race. Let's take a look at them. Again, here's Kurt with the call.
Stop Traffic still has 4 lengths to make up in fifth, moving into the stretch after a half in 44 and 4. Bourbon Bell at the eighth pole leads it a length to 1 Hot Minute, who moves up on the outside but has work to do as Bourbon Bell is strong at the 16th pole. Stop Traffic is still third. It is Bourbon Bell who's going to pull off a front-running victory in the Abrogate.
Bourbon Bell gets her second in a row, 3 out of her last 4 for trainer Pete Salmon. This daughter of Storm Boot goes to the front, and that's it. The race is over. 2 3/4 length score. Willie Martinez having a very nice weekend, although not involved in the Breeders' Cup. It's the victory. 1 Hot Minute was second. Stop Traffic, the third horse under the line. Bourbon Bell, her 6 furlongs in 1:09 and 2. All right, the 2-year-old colts had their turn to go a mile in the Iroquois Stakes for $100,000 added purse. Again, let's go to Kurt for the call.
First American inside, Exploit on the outside. These two into the stretch contesting the lead. Crowning Storm is still some 5 lengths away. Olympic Journey is 6 from the front. At the 8th pole, Exploit comes forward for a 3-length lead to Crowning Storm and Olympic Journey, who's third. In the final 16th, the rider is all over Exploit. Crowning Storm, however, will not reach as Exploit will take the Iroquois.
Hey, this is a 2-year-old that bears some watching. Exploit, 2 1/4 lengths. Chris McCarron up for Bob and Beverly Lewis, and Bob Baffert, the relatively inexperienced Stormcat colt here, making only his 3rd lifetime start, but they've all been winners. Keep an eye on Exploit. Crowning Storm was 2nd, and then we had Olympic Journey finishing in the show spot. Running time for Exploit, and an easy score there in 1:36.1. A horse to watch for sure. All right, the final prelim race from Saturday at Churchill was the Cardinal Handicap, where I got fillies and mares at 1 mile and a furlong. They're on the turf course at Louisville. The purse is $150,000 in added monies. Again, Kurt Becker with the race call.
And they're off. Griselda is away well toward the inside, bursting 4th, B.A. Valentine, and Dance Design also up close along with O'Nelly in the opening strides. B.A. Valentine comes forward and gets the lead, works over next to the hedge, 2 lengths in front of O'Nelly, and then Griselda 3rd inside of Dance Design. Prairie Maiden and Dragonata side by side, 3 lengths off the early leader. Then Lover's Knot and bursting 4th heading onto the turn. The Unforgiven is 6 lengths off the lead with Mingling Glances on her inside. Mingling Glances a ground-saving trip around the turn. Colcon just behind her. Quando on their outside, and Swearingen is last, but very much in the picture here, just 10 lengths off the lead, 23-1 for the first quarter. O'Nelly takes the lead on the backstretch by almost a length from B.A. Valentine. Dance Design travels 3rd, then Dragonata, Griselda on the inside. Prairie Maiden, who's out toward the center of the course, 3.5 lengths off the leader. Lover's Knot is in between horses. Colcon moving up down toward the hedge within 4 lengths of the lead and trying to find a path down toward the inside. They're midway on the turn, 6 furlongs in 1:11. O'Nelly leading B.A. Valentine at the quarter pole by a length. Quando goes to 3rd, 2 lengths off the lead. Colcon is 4th back toward the hedge, and they're in the stretch. O'Nelly has B.A. Valentine coming after her. Then Quando, Lover's Knot, Colcon is still 5th. Mingling Glances yet to be a factor as B.A. Valentine gets the lead in the final furlong from O'Nelly, Quando, Mingling Glances, and Lover's Knot. It is B.A. Valentine, Mingling Glances coming quickly. B.A. Valentine hangs on to win it.
B.A. Valentine hangs on for the next score. Georgie Chavez up aboard the 10-1 shot for the win. Trained by Dale Romans, his daughter of Appalachia gets her victory. She is 4 wins out of 8 lifetime starts on the Louisville lawn. She loves that turf course. Mingling Glances was flying through the stretch there and just misses, has to settle for the place spot. Then we had Quando finishing in the show money. B.A. Valentine, mile and a furlong, 1:48.3. Sunday afternoon at Churchill, we had another turf race for you. This time our older horses get to go a mile and a furlong on the grass. Same purse as the Cardinal, $150,000 added money. It is the River City Handicap, a grade 3 event. Let's take a look at them. Again, Kurt with the call.
And they're off. Yakthon breaks in stride and comes forward for the lead. Western Trader, Wild Event, Thesaurus all right there. Lazy Load moving up on the far outside in the opening furlong. Yakthon, Wild Event, now Treat Me Doc moving forward into third to join the front two as they move down toward the turn. Lazy Load is caught out wide in fourth. Honor Glide stays next to the hedge with Western Trader. Thesaurus works over toward the inside, 4 lengths off the lead. Mutawaj moves up on the far outside around the turn, 5 lengths off the pace. Then a break of 2 more to Tanasa, Daylight Savings, Buff, Majestic Jove, and Floricelli, who is last. Opening quarter in 23-1. Yakthon, the leader by 3 parts of a length to Wild Event, who's second by a neck. Honor Glide, a close-up third next to the hedge. In fact, now takes the second spot. Lazy Load lays just off the leaders in fourth, followed by Western Trader, Mutawaj, then Treat Me Doc. Thesaurus on the outside is 5 lengths off the lead after a half and 47 seconds. Then Tanasa, Daylight Savings, who's 7 from the front, followed by Floricelli, Buff, and Majestic Jove. Coming to the quarter pole, Yakthon leading Wild Event 3 parts of a length. Lazy Load is still 2.5 lengths off the leader in third. Honor Glide is lingering fourth, and they're into the stretch with Yakthon to get. Wild Event draws alongside. Lazy Load goes to third. The rest have work to do, and Wild Event strides out for the lead in the final furlong. Yakthon is now second. Buff has a lot of ground to cover. He's coming late with Daylight Savings, but Wild Event has gotten free. Wild Event down to the line, wins the River City.
Wild Event. This guy won the 4-Star Dave this past summer here at Saratoga. A son of 5-year-old son of Wild again gets the victory. Shane Sellers stalking Yakthon throughout the race and then passed that one as he tired in the stretch and rolled on to a nice length and 3/4 score, sent off at 5-2. Lou Goldfine, the trainer of Wild Event. Buff was up for the second spot. Floricelli won the photo for the show money. Wild Event goes the mile in a furlong in 1 minute, 49 seconds flat. All right, let's leave Churchill briefly. There were a few other races from different tracks that we want to get in the show this week for you. One was at Delaware Park on Sunday afternoon. Fillies and Mares in the Open Fire Stakes at 1 mile and a furlong. 50,000 in added purse money. Let's bring them from the quarter pole to the wire. Here's John Curran with the call.
Termly between horses, Winter Melody along the rail, furlong to go, and they're still chasing Sweet Misty, and the chase is still in vain. Sweet Misty leads it by 2 lengths. On the outside, Timely Broad, Termly, and Winter Melody. All 3 are in pursuit. All 3 are trying, but they're not going to get it done. Sweet Misty takes them wire to win the Open Fire. Winter Melody, I believe, got up for second. Termly between horses, and Timely Broad in a show photo.
Well, you really didn't need to see the start of the race or the first portion of it anyway, because it's all the same. The doors open, Sweet Misty went to the front, and that's it. A length and a half score. Dale Beckner in the irons for trainer Randy Allen. This Texas bred by Lucky So-and-so was sent off at 9-5, but she wasn't the favorite. Winter Melody on the board again was the even money favorite. Has to settle for the place spot. Termly finishing for the show money. Sweet Misty's mile and a furlong at Delaware Sunday, 1 minute, 52 seconds flat. All right, let's take our first break here. When we come out the break, we've got our action from Northern and Southern California over Breeders' Cup weekend and our stakes from the Big A as well. Don't go away. Much more to come. Be right back after these messages.
And you thought the racing season was over. Want to bet? It's horse racing and heart-stopping excitement. 24 hours a day, all year round from Capital OTB. Live action from racetracks around the country. No matter where, you're right in the game. Stop by one of our more than 50 OTB locations. Visit our teletheater with its bigger-than-life TV screen. Watch the OTB channel, where you'll learn racing from some of the country's best handicappers. And with Phonabet, a call to 370-5111 puts you right at the window from wherever you are. You may have thought the racing season was over, but the truth is, the excitement has just begun. Hang on for the ride. Capital OTB. We're changing. A change you can bet on. To open a PhotoBet account, call 344-5209 or toll free 1-800-292-BETS.
Sunday afternoon up in San Mateo, California. Very nice turf race, the HILLSBOROUGH Handicap for the fillies and mares. They're a mile and a furlong, $100,000 guaranteed race on the grass at Bay Meadows. And here is Tony Kao with the call.
HILLSBOROUGH Handicap, and it's India Divina and Acutian battling. We are striking third. Society Dream is fourth. House the Dancer is beaten. They're inside the final furlong, and India Divina gets the lead. We are striking's running a big one at 21-1. We are striking to find the front. We are striking to win the HILLSBOROUGh Handicap.
Now, that's not a typographical error, folks. That's how they spell that horse's name. We are striking. Lonnie Mesh in the irons for trainer Jeff Bondi gets the half-length score. 20-1 shot to boot. Ting, $44.80 as We Are Striking wins the HILLSBOROUGH, a 4-year-old daughter of Twilight Agenda. India Divina was second. Society Dream third. We Are Striking's mile and a furlong. Sunday Bay Meadows 148-2. All right, down the coast to Arcadia, Santa Anita's 2 stake races over the weekend, actually 3, as closing day was Monday of this past week. We'll start you off with the Morvich Handicap, a 6.5 furlong sprint down the hillside oval, $100,000 guaranteed purse for the older horses. Trevor, of course, was in Louisville on Saturday, so his backup announcer is Alan Buckdahl, is his call of the Morvich.
They're off. Sams breaks in front. Expelled flashes speed. Fabulous Guy there between them. Wreckin' Pilot is next. And on the rail, Musafi is moving through. Then Mocha Express follows. El Angelo is next, and Meatball is the trailer. Hooked up on the lead, and Musafi sprints on by. It's Musafi putting a length in front of Expelled. Mocha Express is third. Then Fabulous Guy is next in fourth. Sam's up on the outside in fifth by 2. Wreckin' Pilot follows in sixth. El Angelo is seventh, and Meatball is the trailer in eighth. As they tighten up on the lead, they turn for home in the Morvich. Musafi maintains ahead, but Expelled is right up alongside and going well. And now it's Expelled as they come to the top of the stretch. Fabulous Guy, Sam's far outside. Right down at the rail is Mocha Express. Also Wreckin' Pilot coming through on the inside. It's Expelled. Expelled trying to hold them off. Musafi battling back. And on the outside, Fabulous Guy. Musafi regains the lead. Expelled their stride for stride. Fabulous Guy the outside. It is Musafi and Expelled, and noses apart, and Fabulous Guy, quite a finish.
Musafi, Garrett Gomez up, gets the news. Victory for trainer Darrell Vienna, sent off at 3-1. The son of Dejour gets his third in a row. Had to work awfully hard for it. Fabulous Guy and Expelled, all right there in the photo. Musafi, mile 6.5 furlongs, as well as Fabulous Guy, 1:14-2. Sunday afternoon, it seems very peculiar to have this race run on Breeders' Cup weekend, but we need a turf race for these fillies and mares that carries great significance, and the yellow ribbon is it. Mile and a quarter, $500,000 in guaranteed monies. Trevor got a red eye back to California. Here's his call of this year's yellow ribbon.
And away they go. They all appear to come out well. Sonia's Faith is quick into stride. On the far side, Tensky in the orange cap. Ella Capella from the outside gate, and Squeak has the big white face. Those four go on to lead them early. See You Soon is racing in the 5th spot, and here's the favourite Fiji in a good position just behind the leaders. They set a good early pace. When Nona has the white cap starting to pass a few horses. Trace a Year is back third last, 7 lengths off them. Real Connection, the grey, second last, and Pomona brings up the rear. Past the stands first time round, and Sonia's Faith out where she likes to be, showing the way at a decent pace, leads by a length and a quarter. Racing in second is Tensky, and See You Soon is third down at the rail. They've been followed by Squeak. Ella Capella's now back to fifth. Winona down at the rail is 6 lengths off the leaders. They've slowed the pace right down up front. Fiji is racing fourth last, and Fiji is 7 lengths off the leaders. Then comes Real Connection. Trey Sawyer is on the inside. She's 8 off the leaders and 3 back to Pomona. Onto the backstretch they go in the yellow ribbon, and Sonia's Faith just at a steady pace now leads them by 1 length. Tensky is on a tight hold in the second spot. See You Soon down at the rail, and Fiji's getting closer now. Fiji on the outside, a joint third, only 3 off the leaders. Squeak in the white cap between runners, and then back to Winona, who's 5 off the leaders. Trey Sawyer is in a firing spot on the outside, and Pomona starts to make ground. Ella Capella and Real Connection last. 3/8 of a mile to go. They bunched at Sonia's Faith, but now Fiji comes to breathe down her neck on the outside, and Fiji's right there. Tensky's suddenly not quickening. See You Soon's in with a big shot if she can find somewhere to run. Top of the lane, and Fiji now coming to tackle Sonia's Faith, who's running a big one. See You Soon gonna switch out and come late. Pomona is fourth, homeward bound, and Fiji bursts from the back. Fiji, See You Soon coming late second. Pomona just took up, but Fiji is just exuding all her class, and Fiji and Kent DeSormo win the yellow ribbon.
Fiji, Kent DeSormo up 2-length score, the big favorite, 4-5 out of Neil Drysdale's barn. The daughter of Rainbow Quest finished third. She had a 3 or 4 race winning streak going. Finished third in the Ramona down at Delmar. And Neil said, well, I think we'll just give her a breather and retool her a little bit and point her toward the yellow ribbon. And they get the job done here. Finishing second was See You Soon, but they, after a long inquiry by the stewards, they knocked her down to fourth and moved Sonia's Faith and Pomona to the second and third spots respectively. Fiji not affected by any of that. Fiji, 1.25 miles on Sunday at Santa Anita, 2:05 and 1. And Monday afternoon, closing day for the Oak Tree meeting, we have a mile turf race for you, the Lou Rowan Handicap. Fillies and mares for $100,000 guaranteed purse. Again, Trevor has the call for us.
At the top of the lane, Call Me in the red, Plus on the outside, then Curitiba, and now Green Jewel's going to be hooked to the grandstand side. The grey coming flying down the middle of the track, and Green Jewel Plus, Call Me, Curitiba, 4 of them line up with 100 yards to go, but Green Jewel being confidently ridden by Eddie Dallahousie, and she bursts away now. Green Jewel impressive in the Lou Rowan.
Well, if that wasn't a confident ride by Eddie D aboard David Hoffman's Green Jewel, the big gray mare just laying back there, and a nice hand ride as Eddie D had this field well measured to get the victory in closing day Rowan Handicap at Santa Anita, sent off the even money favorite to boot. She was third in the autumn days last time out at Hollywood, and she's an English-bred daughter of Environment Friend. Curitiba and Call Me get the place and show money's noses apart there, but it is Green Jewel in a relatively easy win, going the mile on the lawn in 1:39 and 2. All right, from Southern California, let's come back to Aqueduct and check on their weekend stakes races. First up on Saturday afternoon, 2 sprints, one for the older horses, one for the fillies and mares. Fillies and mares up first in the first flight. They're going 7/8 of a mile, $125,000. In added purse money. John Imbrial gives us the race call.
And they're off. Going for the early lead is Weather Vane. Weather Vane broke well. On the outside is Glitter Woman. Katinka came away running in third. Song of Africa, the extreme outside. In between horses, Blue Begonia. And then comes Crabgrass, and Green Light is 7th. They move up the backstretch. And it is Weather Vane in front here by a half length. Glitter Woman right alongside in second. Song of Africa on the extreme outside running in third. Katinka down on the fence in fourth. Then Blue Begonia, followed by Crabgrass and Green Light. And the opening quarter went in 23 and 1 as they move around the far turn. Glitter Woman now right alongside of Weather Vane, but Weather Vane is holding on to a narrow lead. Weather Vane by a head. Glitter Woman on the outside in second. Then Song of Africa. Katinka will look for racing room, but now goes 3 wide as they come for the head of the stretch, the half mile in 45 and 4. It's Katinka on the outside now taking the lead. Katinka is in front. Glitter Woman is running in second as Weather Vane drops out of it. Then it's Blue Begonia and Song of Africa. Katinka drawing away here to lead by 4 lengths. Glitter Woman is second, then Blue Begonia. Katinka wins the first flight. Glitter Woman second, Blue Begonia third.
Katinka, Richard Migliori in the irons, a nice victory here by 4.5 lengths. Johnny Kimmel trains this daughter of Stormcat to her 3rd in a row and 5 out of 10 victories. Richard Migliori, in winning this race, gets the 3,001st victories of his career. He won the race before that, the 3rd race on Saturday's card, and now comes back right away with a stake score, 3,001, a milestone for Jockey Migliori. Glitter Woman was 2nd, Blue Begonia 3rd, Katinka's 7 furlongs, 1 minute, 22 seconds on the button. And Saturday's 5th race, the sprint for the boys, the Sport Page handicap, again 7/8 of a mile, $75,000. The added purse on the Sport Page, again, John gives us the call.
And they're off. Olympic Cat broke well. Say Florida Sandy towards the inside is Adverse. Hit the roof on the extreme outside. Then Liberty Gold running in 5th. Storm and Fever is 6th. Fenton Lane in 7th. At the back are Holtzmeister and Gray Raider. They move up the backstretch. And it's Olympic Cat with a head in front of Adverse. Hit the Roof is running in 3rd. Say Florida Sandy in between horses. Storm and Fever at the rail. And the first quarter went in 22 and 4. And there's a half mile to the finish. Adverse to the inside of Olympic Cat, and Adverse takes the lead. Olympic Cat is running in 2nd. It's a length and a half to Hit the Roof in 3rd. Then Storm and Fever and Liberty Gold. Say Florida Sandy is back running in 6th. Holtzmeister is 7th. Gray Raider in 8th. Gap of 7 to Fenton Lane. The half mile in 45 and 1. And they hit the quarter pole. It's Adverse, short lead. Hit the Roof on the outside. Olympic Cat between those two. Storm and Fever looking for racing room. Liberty Gold is on the outside. And now they're at the 8th pole. 5 of them across the track. And Storm and Fever has found a way through. And Storm and Fever takes the lead. Olympic Cat is 2nd. Then Adverse. It will be Storm and Fever. Richard Migliori, a big day for him. His 3rd victory of the afternoon.
Hey, here's Storm and Fever. You remember this guy? He's the one that ran to a nose of Skipaway in the Eastland this past summer down at Monmouth. Now, here he is back sprinting and gets a 2.5 length victory, sent off at 6-5 for Mark Hennig. Was 2nd in the Vosburg to go along with his 2nd in the Eastland. And look who's in the irons again. Richard Migliori winning 3 races on Aqueduct's abbreviated card Saturday, the 3,002nd win of Mig's career. So it paid off for him to stay home and not being involved in the Breeders' Cup. Olympic Cat and Adverse were 2nd and 3rd. Storm and Fever scoots his 7 furlongs in 1:21 and 2. Sunday afternoon in New York, we had 2-year-olds in the Nashua Stakes. We're at a flat mile for these sophomores. Juveniles, I should say. Let's not make them sophomores yet. $100,000 is the added purse on the race. Let's take a look at them go. Again, here's John Imbrial's call of the Nashua.
And they're off. Going for the lead is a Donerail Court on the outside. Successful Appeal. Shamrock's Pick came away running in 3rd. Weekend Money is 4th. Unbridled Jet on the inside with Exiled Groom. Then it's Ordained running in 7th, and Pettit's Quest is 8th. They leave the chute, move on to the main track, and it is a Donerail Court who's in front here by 3 parts of a length. On the outside, Weekend Money, and farther out the favorite, Successful Appeal. At the rail is Exiled Groom running in 4th. Unbridled Jet is fifth in the opening quarter, went in 24 seconds. Shamrock's Pick is back running in sixth, then Pettit's Quest and Ordained. It's Donerail Court who has the lead with a half mile to the finish. Donerail Court by a length and a half. Weekend Money is second. Successful Appeal on the outside in third. Exiled Groom at the rail in fourth. Unbridled Jet next in fifth. Then comes Shamrock's Pick, followed by Ordained and Pettit's Quest. They're still chasing Donerail Court. He's in front by 3/4 of a length. Successful Appeal on the outside in second. Exiled Groom is at the rail in third. Then Weekend Money and Unbridled Jet, and they're in the stretch. And Donerail Court is still in front. Donerail Court by a length and a half. Successful Appeal in second. Exiled Groom is third. Then Unbridled Jet in fourth. They're coming for the 16th pole. Donerail Court holding on to the lead. Successful Appeal in second. Donerail Court wins the Nashua by 3/4 of a length. Successful Appeal was second. A big gap back to Exile Groom in third.
Donerail Court. Now, this is another 2-year-old we got to keep an eye on. He's a son of Seattle Slew, and he gets the win from Nick Zito's barn. He broke his maiden last time out and now jumps right up and wins a stake. Jerry Bailey back in time for the ride on Donerail Court. Successful Appeal went off the favorite as the 7-5 favorite out of Johnny Kimmel's barn. Best he can do is just chase Donerail Court. Can't catch him, has to settle for the second spot. Exile Groom will be the show finisher. Donerail Court goes the mile in 1 minute 36 seconds flat. So two-year-old colts we've got on the program, one down at Churchill and one at Aqueduct, not involved in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, watching the Baffert colt exploit and the Zito colt, Donerail Court. All right. Okay, now, we're going to take our second break here. When we come out the break, we'll start you off with the Breeders' Cup races as they will run Saturday at Churchill Downs. So if you missed the telecasts at your VCRs, we'll be right back with this year's Breeders' Cup after these messages.
Hi, I'm Mark Cassano. Join Mike Veach and me Saturday morning at 10 for Down the Stretch. On this week's show, Michael and I will recap and rehash Breeders' Cup 15, a great day of racing at Churchill Downs. We'll review the juvenile contest. Lucas had 5 in the males. Baffert had a dynamic duo in the fillies. We'll see how the Europeans fared against the Americans in the 2 turf events. We had solid favorites in the sprint and the distaff, and the day was completed with a $5 million classic billed as the showdown between Skipaway and Silver Charm. Complete analysis as well as interviews with the winners. Then we'll take a look at a very important race from last Sunday at Santa Anita, the Grassy Yellow Ribbon, Fiji against Tensky with eclipse ramifications. And finally, we'll open up the telephone lines and solicit your opinions on Breeders' Cup 15. So all of that and more if you join Mike Veach and me Saturday morning at 10 for Down the Stretch, right here on the Off Track Betting Communications Network.
Well, on a magnificent fall afternoon, we told you at the top over 80,000 people in attendance for a record Breeders' Cup Day crowd. Crisp temperatures, 45 to 50 degrees, and just excellent wagering on all of the 7 championship races. The order, of course, this year goes back to the way it started in 1984. We lead off with the juvenile colt race, 1 mile and a 1/16, $1 million guaranteed purse on the race. Tom Durkins in the booth per usual for the Breeders' Cup. Let's start it off, and here's his call of the juvenile.
Of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and they're off. Tactical Cat comes out running, and a clumsy start again for Daring General. There goes Yes It's True down toward the inside. Answer Lively is going to run with him in the early going. Buck Trite is there 3 wide in the early stages. Not Easy Being Green is 4th toward the rail. Time Bandit 3 wide in 5th position. Pat Day trying to settle down Cat Thief. He's running a bit greenly. About 6 lengths from the lead is Cat Thief as they make their way toward the backstretch. Then a break of 3 back to Europe. European Red Sea, who's followed closely by Lemon Drop Kid, already a dozen lengths from the lead. Then it's Alley's Alley, followed by the gray Tactical Cat. At the back of the pack, Daring General, who was off to that clumsy beginning, and next in line is Mountain Range, well behind the rest. As the groom is red, he's 15 lengths off the lead. And the pace is strong. An opening half mile here in 46 3/5 seconds as the field moves into the far turn. Yes, it's true, and Buck Trot challenging for that lead. Answer Lively looms a threat just in behind the lead. Now he's ranging up on the outside from third position. Time Bandit is now racing in fourth. There goes Cat Thief. And Cat Thief now is drawn within 3 lengths of the lead. Lemon Drop Kid is also beginning to make a run. Here comes Daring General, also moving up on the far outside. Tactical Cat was fanned about 6 wide from the lead, and farther back, the groom is red, and Answer Lively. Answer Lively has come away with the lead. Cat Thief is charging hard to challenge him for that lead now. Alley's Alley is putting in a late run toward the inside. Answer Lively trying to hang out for another 100 yards. Alley's Alley toward the inside. Cat Thief on the outside. Can Answer Lively hold on? Here's Alley's Alley. Can Answer Lively hold on? Photo finish. Answer Lively holding on, trying at the very end.
Answer Lively gets the head victory. Jerry Bailey up for trainer Bobby Barnett, and John Franks was second in the Futurity last time out. Probably needed that race. In fact, did need that race at Keeneland to propel him forward for his trip here in the 1 1/16 Juvenile. Alley's Alley coming up the rail furiously at a 70-1 price. Just misses there and gets the second spot. And then Cat Thief, the only real part of the 5-prong Lucas entry that had a shot of doing any damage at distances, just hung a little bit there and settles for third. So Answer Lively, a son of Lively One, now, of course, carries that terrible moniker of being the winter book favorite for next year's Derby 6 months from Saturday, and we all know what that means. He goes his 1 1/16 in a minute 44 seconds flat, and the way these 2-year-old colts have beaten each other all year long, I would expect to see Answer Lively dubbed this year's 2-year-old Eclipse champion. All right, we go to the fillies, the 2-year-old gals at their 1 1/16 race, million of course, and guaranteed purse monies. 2 very exceptional fillies in here. We've had them on the show during this past summer and fall several times, and no surprise at all in the fillies race. Let's take a look at them again. We go to Tom for his call.
And they're off. Confessional comes up to a smooth beginning. And Corona is also flashing speed today. An extended applause right there toward the rail. 3 rings up with the early leaders. And so is Silver Bullet Day. She's 5th and on the outside. Unbridled Delight rides the rails in 6th position. Grand Deed is 7th and Rael is 3 wide 8th. Excellent Meeting is at the back of the pack along with Emanating. As Extended Applause takes the field into the backstretch. Clicked off a quarter in 23 2. Extended Applause, the leader by a length. Now edging up to her, Anticarana runs along in 2nd, and Confessional is rating off the pace in 3rd position. 3 Ring is 4th and moving comfortably with 5 furlongs to go. And Silver Bullet Day is still unhurried, running 6 lengths from the lead as they move for the far turn. The pace is a reasonable one, 47 1/5 seconds for the half mile. Rael now advances to 6. And there goes Excellent Meeting now. She's launching a bit as the field rounds the far turn. It is still Extended Applause blazing the way with 3 furlongs to go. Anticarana asks for a bit more run. And there goes Silver Bullet Day with a flourish on the outside, and she is charging toward the front. Also gaining ground is Excellent Meeting, and 3 Ring is there down toward the inside. Confessional is thrown in the towel, and as they come to the 8th pole, Silver Bullet Day strikes the lead. On the outside, Excellent Meeting is now driving up to be 2nd, and Baffert 1-2 in the Juvenile fillies. At the 16th pole, it is Silver Bullet Day. Excellent Meeting, a final surge as they come to line. Here's the winner, the filly champion at Silver Bullet Day. And stablemate Excellent Meeting finishing 2nd, and winding up 3rd was 3 Ring.
Well, the folks made Silver Bullet Day, 3 to 5, 4 to 5, and she just doesn't disappoint with a tremendous effort here. Gary Stevens up for trainer Bob Baffert and Mike Pegram. The daughter of Silver Deputy now has had 6 lifetime starts, and 5 of them have been in the winner's circle. The only time she was beaten by her stablemate there, Excellent Meeting, owned by John and Betty Maybe. And these two are far and away the superior 2-year-old fillies in the country coming out of Southern California as they run as expected. 1-2. Excellent Meeting maybe next year as a 3-year-old, as DeSormo said, will get better as the distances stretch out, but don't discount Silver Bullet Day. She is the genuine article. Hey, and there's 3 Ring. Now here's the Calder horse that we had through going that progeny series there, and as we cautioned every year, those horses coming out of that filly series seem to do well, and here's 3 Ring hitting the board for the show money. But it is Silver Bullet Day getting the victory in 1:43 and 3, and take note that is 2 ticks of a second faster than Answer Lively did in the juvenile race. So Baffert may have some special 2-year-old filly there, and of course she will be the 2-year-old filly champion. All right, we move along to the sprint. 6 fast furlongs for $1 million. Again, Tom Durkin with the Breeders' Cup Sprint.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Grand Slam comes out to a running start. Richter Scale, flashing speed right from the beginning. A firm success is right there. So is Rare Rock and Kona Gold in the early mix. And Re-Raise down on the inside. Re-Raise is running in 4th. Kona Gold back racing in 5th. Wild Rush on the inside moves up to be 6th. And then as the Exeter Man moving to 7th, AP Assay has been shuffled back, now back running in 8th position. Then a break of 2 lengths. Grand Slam now launching a bit as the field moves into the far turn. Followed by Bolshoi and Partners Hero. A break of 3 to the gray mare JJ's Dream. Then the filly Furlough. Goldland's got a lot to do. 15 lengths behind with only 3 furlongs to run. 21 flat for the first quarter. They are barreling toward the top of the stretch, and it's Re-Raise leading them all. Re-Raise heads for home with the lead. A firm success is set down for the drive. Rare Rock driving up in between horses. Kona Gold is there toward the inside. AP Assay is making a run from off the pace. Grand Slam appears on the scene late, and Goldland is flying down the center of the track. He's still 5 lengths behind. Re-Raise coming down to the line. Kona Gold, Grand Slam. Here's the line. Re-Raise got it, and he won by 2. It's a photo for second between Grand Slam and Kona Gold.
Re-Raise, Corey Nakatani up, a 3-year-old son of Dan Zattori, won the Kentucky Club Sprint on Turfway Kentucky Cup Day by 12 lengths, giving rise to the people that, hey, I'm no phony, I'm the real deal, and indeed runs like it in the sprint. Every pole a winning one. They just could not catch Re-Raise. 5 wins out of just 6 lifetime starts. He could very easily now sneak the sprint championship away from Kelly Kipp. Grand Slam, boy, you got to feel good about this horse. We all know the story. Last year's juvenile, how he got his hock cut up and everything. And they just ran out of spots to run this guy. A 1.25 miles was out of the question, and they didn't know if he could handle turf, so they ran him in the sprint, and look at him. He gets a very nice piece of it, finishing 2nd. And then another West Coast horse, Kona Gold, finishing in the 3rd spot. A firm success, no excuses whatsoever. Chavez had this colt in perfect position, and in the run through the lane, a firm success just did not fire at all for whatever reason. Trainer Rich Schosberg very, very disappointed, of course, in the performance of a firm success. But they're certainly not disappointed in Re-Raise. Craig DeLassy, the youngest trainer at 27 years of age to win a Breeders' Cup race, sends out Re-Raise, and he goes the 6 furlongs in 109 flat. All right, now we go to the mile. On the grass, for a $1 million guaranteed purse and a scramble here with a full field of 14 runners. Tom gives us the call.
Magellan is in the gate. We're ready for the start of the Breeders' Cup Mile, and they are off. Favorite Trick was off to a sharp start, and he goes right out after the lead. Among Men is also right there. Here comes Fly to the Stars, and he's flying toward the front to engage Favorite Trick as they move for the first turn. Fly to the Stars and Favorite Trick will vie for the early lead. Among Men tucks in behind them, running in third. Cape Cross hugs the hedge and saves precious ground on the first turn. He's in fourth position. Long-Legged Military is fifth on the outside. He's only about 5 lengths from the early lead. 96 winner DeHaas is running sixth toward the rail. Joyeux Dancer is running in seventh. Favorite Prince in it among horses is eighth. Second Empire ninth toward the inside. Wacky Now has asked for run midway down the back stretch. Labib is still a bit unhurried. He's about 9 or 10 lengths from the lead. Then Mr. Lightfoot followed by Magellan. Hawksley Hill has trailed throughout. The pace 46 and 2 for the opening half mile. A testing pace here as the field moves into the far turn. On the outside, Cape Cross, a short lead. Among Men toward the inside. Reigning Horse of the Year, Favorite Trick is right there, and Pat Day is moving with Favorite Trick. As they approach the top of the stretch, they are in front, a short lead. Fly to the Stars is just in behind them, and a host of pursuers are coming on. DeHaas is in with a chance on the outside. Second Empire, Hawksley Hill is now coming hard. Labib is finding his best stride late. Joyeux Dancer on the outside, nothing left for Favorite Trick. It is DeHaas and Hawksley Hill. Hawksley Hill and DeHaas. Hawksley Hill forges short lead. DeHaas is game as they come. Coming down to the line. Spine-tingling stretch drive. DeHaas comes back. Unbelievable.
DeHaas, Johnny Velasquez up in perhaps the most amazing win of the 7 championship races. DeHaas comes back after winning the 96 mile at Woodbine, as you all know, and then having just one race since 96, that funky little allowance race at Colonial Downs about a month ago. This horse showed more guts and determination than you could possibly want in a thoroughbred race-off. And you have to give tremendous congratulations for Mike Dickinson and the owners of DeHaas for the patient care and handling they have given this horse to get him back to the top of his game. I was most appreciative of listening to Trainer Dickinson in the interviews after the race, where he singled out his veterinarians and his groom for getting this animal to where he could win this race. It was a team effort, and anyone that's ever been around the back stretch of a horse, backside of a racetrack, I should say, you know that without a good quality help and dedicated help behind you, things like this are just not possible, and it serves well to hear Dickinson talk about the people that work for him and spent countless hours tending to DeHaas. Hawksley Hill headed him in the stretch, and look at the guy fought back like the warrior he is to get the victory. And interestingly enough, an aside to this is Gary Stevens, who rode the horse in the 96 mile, Dickinson, I should say, wanted Stevens back on the horse, but Ron Anderson said, no, we're going with Among Men. And so Dickinson wagered $1,000 that the horse could beat Among Men with Agent Anderson. Nice to see an agent come up on the short end. Hawksley Hill, Labib, good effort there for Neil Drysdale as he finishes second and third in the mile, but it is DeHaas. And $25.20. Oh, you of little faith. As he goes his mile in 1:35 and 1. All right, moving on to the next championship event, the Fillies and Mares in the $2 million mile and a furlong Distaff. Let's take a look at him. Another great one coming up is Tom's call.
Is Banshee Breeze at 4-5, odds on in the gate, and they are off in the Distaff. It's Asina who breaks sharply on the outside. Banshee Breeze and Keeper Hill will both off to good beginnings. Tap to Music is right up there, and Kirby's Song down toward the inside. Under the line the first time, and Gary Stevens establishes the lead quickly with Asina. Asina establishes the pace into the turn, but Tap to Music is not far behind. Kirby's Song rides the rails in third, and the favorite Banshee Breeze is right up there, keeping Asina well within her sights. She's only about 3.5 lengths from the lead, and that one is followed by Keeper Hill. And a break of another 3 to Dancing Gulch and a fellow long shot, Tuxedo Junction. Late running Tommy Sue's Delight trying to settle into stride here. She's about 10 lengths behind the lead. The opening quarter went in 23 4/5 seconds, and it is Asina running unopposed down the lead. The pace for the half, 47 3/5 seconds. Sensible enough here with Asina in control as they move to the half-mile pole. Tap to Music is second. Banshee Breeze has been maneuvered to the outside for a clear shot at the lead as they move into the far turn. Still relatively unhurried is Banshee Breeze. Keeper Hill is hard on her heels as Kirby Song starts to tail off. Rounding the far turn, they have to catch Asina. It's still Asina who will arrive at the top of the stretch with Banshee Breeze to take a run at her. Tap to Music is in between horses. Keeper Hill toward the inside. Asina full throttle off the turn. Put to a full-out drive. Banshee Breeze is trying to get to her. A length and a half behind. Keeper Hill is third with 1 furlong to go. It is Asina under the whip trying to fend off Banshee Breeze. And Asina is still there at the 16th pole. A final try from Banshee Breeze. She's lengthening her stride. It's going to be close. Here's the line. Asina and Banshee Breeze hit the line together.
Well, they knew this was going to happen. Asina went to the front and slowed the pace down, and Banshee Breeze and Jerry Bailey just ran out of racetrack in a garrison finish there as Asina wins the Distaff by an inch. Banshee Breeze, the 3-year-old, flying furiously through the lane, lengthening her stride with every jump, and just cannot get up. Asina had enough left after those slow early fractions to get the victory, so the strategy paid off there, and trainer Bill Mott and Alan Paulson elated that Asina could pull this off. Remember, her last race before this was at Saratoga, and she ran dismally. So they retooled her, gave her a little bit of a freshening, and now she wins the Distaff. Remember, she was third in the Distaff last year. Banshee Breeze, off of this effort, no doubt will wrest the 3-year-old filly championship away from Jersey Girl, who is going to the sidelines. And then Keeper Hill gets the show spot. Asina, her mile and a furlong in the Distaff, 1:49 4. All right, the second of the $2 million Breeders' Cup races is the Turf. 1.5 miles, of course, the distance, with a stellar field of international turf specialists. Again, Tom Durkin with the call.
Yardley is in at the post for the Turf, and they're off. Caetano came walking out of the gate, but Bucks Boy comes out in stride, and Bucks Boy is up to take the early lead with Insatiable there to keep him company. Bonapartiste is wrangled back into third position. Sunshine Street now moves up to be third on the outside. The gray Bonapartiste is racing in fourth. Legere the filly between horses in fifth position, and a hard-to-handle Royal Anthem in the early going. On the outside, now running in sixth, trying to take these turns. Yardley now advances into seventh position on the outside. Ketaweo's in between horses eighth. Caetano to his inside. After that tardy start, now running a ninth. Then Duchantour, Frappe l'Or. River Bay is second last, and the defending champion, Chief Bearheart, is the trailer. Chief Bearheart trails as they move by us now for the first time. The opening quarter went in 24 2/5 seconds, with Bucks Boy just cruising along, uncontested on the lead. The opening half mile went in 49 1/5 seconds. Comfortable fractions here, and Shane Sellers just guiding Bucks Boy along. The clear leader rationing out his speed there to maintain a measured margin over Insatiable running in second. Sunshine Street is third. Royal Anthem on the outside is fourth, and Legere now. Legere fourth and down toward the inside, saving ground into the backstretch. Royal Anthem is next, and Ketaweo gets into the clears to begin the run down the backstretch. Bucks Boy lets it out a notch and leads by 3. The opening 6 furlongs went in 1:13 4. A tactical advantage here for Bucks Boy as they hit the half-mile pole here. Bucks Boy is the leader by a length. Insatiable is running in second. Sunshine Street remains in third. They've been 1, 2, 3 the whole way, with time beginning to run out here. Legere is fourth toward the inside, and Jerry Bailey is trying to motivate her. And then it's Royal Anthem who's in between horses fifth. Cutaway on the far outside is sixth, followed by Yardley and Bonapartiste rounding the far turn. Bucks Boy threatening to do it all the way on the lead. He will come to the top of the stretch, and no one has gotten to him yet. Widening the lead, 2 furlongs to go. He leads by 3 lengths as the field turns for home. Insatiable is second. Sunshine Street is set down for the drive third. Here comes Yagli, who's kicking in the middle of the course fourth. Dushiantor is fifth. Chief Bearheart, too much to do. Final furlong. Bucks Boy trying to gut it out for another 16th of a mile. Yagli is second. Dushiantor, Sunshine Street, and Chief Bearheart. Here's the line. A wire-to-wire tour de force on the turf.
I'll tell you, you know something's going to happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. Trainer Noel Hickey said Bucks Boy only knows one way to run. Gates open, and he just goes and goes and goes. Last year, he finished 4th in the Breeders' Cup Turf, and Hickey said he didn't have him fit enough. He said this year he was damn sure going to have this guy fit enough, and indeed he does. Shane Sellers just absolutely loves this little colt. Just put him on the front end and let him hack along there as he gets his 3rd in a row and 4th win out of his last 5 starts. Yagli out of Motzbahn and Alan Paulson trying to go back-to-back after winning the Distaff. Just have too much to do, have to settle for the 2nd spot. Deshanter finishing in the 3rd position. Royal Anthem, a huge choice after his win in Canada. Gary Stevens said that he just could not handle the sand-based turf course at Churchill whatsoever. He was just floundering. Bucks Boy, 1.5 miles in 2:28 and 3. And how about Chief Bearheart, who was absolutely flying at the end? And what can you do? You know he needs a pace, and there was none in the race, and finished up 4th. So he won it last year, and Bucks Boy was 4th. And now this year, Chief Bearheart winds up 4th, and Bucks Boy wins the event. All right, here we go. The final Breeders' Cup race, and the race the whole world had been waiting to see. The Breeders' Cup Classic, originally a $4 million race, but then when all the supplemental fees kicked in, thanks to Bob and Beverly Lewis with the Silver Charms supplemental fee, and then R.D. Hubbard with the $800,000 gamble to get Gentlemen in the race, the purse now $5.12 million. Let's take a look at it. Tom's call of the Breeders' Cup Classic.
We're ready for the start. And they're off in the Breeders' Cup Classic. And Coronado's Quest is the first away from the gate. Arch was off to a good beginning. Skip Away is in behind Arch in the early stages. Silver Charm is ahead of Skip Away. He's 3rd. On the outside, Gentleman races 4th. As they pass beneath the twin spires for the first time, it is Coronado's Quest to be the pacemaker. Arch is 2nd, and the 2 grays. On the inside, Skip Away. On the outside, Derby winner Silver Charm. In behind them at the inside, European Swain. Running Stag is just next to Silver Charm. 2 lengths back. On the outside, it's Gentleman. Then a break of 3 to stablemates Awesome Again and Touch Gold. 7 lengths back to Belmont winner Victory Gallop. He is about a dozen lengths from the lead. The opening quarter goes in 23 and 2/5 seconds. The opening half mile was 47 and 3. It's an honest pace here in the Classic with Coronado's Quest leading the way, prompted by Arch. Skip Away is tucked away on the inside. There appears to be a narrow opening for him, and there he goes. Jerry Bailey asking a little bit more from Skip Away. Silver Charm in a good spot on the outside as they approach the far turn. And Gentleman starts his engine as they move for the far turn. He's only 3 lengths from the lead. Swain is in behind Horses, then Running Stag. Awesome Again on the inside, Touch Gold. And still well behind is Victory Gallop. It is still Coronado's Quest leading this all-star field around the far turn. He's there by 1.5 lengths. Arch is in between Horses. Skip Away is still down toward the inside. Here comes Silver Charm. Silver Charm coming with a bold rally on the far outside. Skip Away toward the inside, and Swain is coming with his rally. And farther back it is Awesome Again. Victory Gallop is gathering momentum. 1 furlong to go. Coronado's Quest, Silver Charm, and Swain, the 3 of them. Not today for Skip Away. Victory Gallop continues to close. Silver Charm short lead. Here comes Awesome Again, who's flying in between Horses. A wild finish to the Classic. Awesome Again has won! Awesome Again is the winner. A 3-way photo for 2nd among Victory Gallop, Silver Charm and Swain, who went to the far outside.
Well, I'll tell you, folks, we're going to give you the freeze frame of the finish right here, just so you can see where the first 6 horses are. There you see Awesome Again with his 3/4 of a length score over Silver Charm in the middle, and then Swain way down on the bottom of your screen there. And then go back to the inside. You see the 4th horse. That's Victory Gallop, so he wins the little 3-year-old subplot in the race. Behind Victory Gallop, you see Coronado's Quest, and then in the 6th position, last on your screen there, you see Skip Away. A very bizarre stretch run from the 3/16 pole to the wire. As for Awesome Again, we can only hope we can see him continue on running as Silver Charm. I believe Swain will be retired also. Breeders' Cup Classic to Awesome Again, 2 minutes and 2 minutes and 2 seconds flat. Beg your pardon. Incidentally, Frank Stronach, owner of Awesome Again, what a day he had. He also signed a letter of intent to buy Santa Anita from MediTrust out there. So he is really a mover and a shaker in the industry. Mercy. The Pick 6, the Breeders' Cup guaranteed $5 million Pick 6. They had a pool of over $6.4 million. There were 6 lucky people that hit the Breeders' Cup Pick 6 for $34,607.20. So there you go. All right, that takes care of all of the replay action. Just very briefly into the notes department. For this coming week, we've got action back at Aqueduct. Hollywood Park opens up. We'll cover all their stakes races, and we'll check on all the other tracks around the country for you as well. Hope you enjoyed our Breeders' Cup review show. Now, as always, stay tuned right here to your OTB TV radio network station, where you get the most complete coverage in thoroughbred racing. Till next week, Jack Wolfsheater here. So long, everyone.